Alright, I want to do a little video because I'm having a software issue. You know, typical software stuff, I blame them, they blame me, but I'm trying to isolate what I think is the only possible problem on my end of things. I'm inside my driver's shelter, so if it sounds real echoey, that's why. It's all glass and plastic and particle board and concrete, so things will be a little echoey. What I've got over here is I've got a top tech, and what I'm going to replace is the keypad right here. And if you can look in there, you can see those are tamper-proof Torx bits. And to replace them, I essentially really only have 4 items. One, I've got a little replacement Torx bit. It's a T10, and you can see it's not very big at all, but it's tamper-proof. And then a small flat tip screwdriver to pull that cover off, and then just a single edge razor blade to scrape it off. But we've got a stainless steel ring essentially that goes all the way around, and then we get into that. So we're going to do some clipping, some cutting and pasting here, simply because I just don't want to waste all the time of you having to watch me take this apart. But it's and when we get to it, I'll show you the one really tricky part. So here we go. All right, that's all my screws. We're just going to set them aside. And then we'll take off, simple little cover. That's my actual keypad right in here. It is very difficult to see, but can you see that? There is a, right here and right here, this is a piece of plastic film. It's really, for lack of a better, it's like double-sided tape. So it sticks on the inside here, and then it has a sticky surface that this stainless steel cover adheres to. But this gap is filled right here. You can see my screwdriver just rubs on it. This whole gap is filled across it here, and that's what keeps it weather tight, because this unit is designed to be kept outside or in a cover, doesn't matter, but you know, it's supposed to be able to survive outside. So that's why you need this. We'll just make a cut down here. And it's kind of thick stuff. Well, we'll see if I did a good enough job or not. Okay, for all practical purposes, this thing is ready to come apart. This is all real low voltage stuff. There's no high voltage anywhere that we're going to be dealing with. I've changed them out before without turning the heads off, and I've done it with the heads off, but as you can see, I'm powered up. My top techs are tied into my emergency shutdown system, so I'm just going to hit my emergency button. There, power's off. Come on now. And then I've got one electrical connector right there in the back. There we go. Essentially one way in, one way out. Now we need to clean this up. Now, if your unit is outside all the time, it's really crucial that you get this clean so that you have a nice solid connection, nice solid seal, keep the moisture out and the dust out. I'm inside a building, so dust is my biggest problem. So there's that. I took some alcohol wipes out of the first aid kit. And you can see the cover's got a chamfer, a bevel right in there for the screws, so the opposite side is what goes against the pad. I have two top techs, so I'm going to end up replacing both keypads, but this is how they come wrapped. There's my new pad. Here is the part that is the most trouble, the most problematic, is you have to pull a cover off of each side. So the keypad's got to go in, and then you pull off one side, and then it holds the keypad in. Then you take this other side off, and then it allows it to stick to the stainless steel. That's the biggest. I've never ruined one, but I've come really close. And part of me doesn't like showing this on video simply because everybody will see my screw up. So here we are. We got that. I'm gonna take this down and just stab it in. If I do it right. Come on. Get in there. There we are. See what I mean? It's so easy to get to screw something up. Especially for me, I screw things up so easy. See, I just screwed up. I let this bottom drop. Yeah, see, there we go. See if I can do this without ruining anything. Yeah, I'm slightly off. Slightly off. Yeah, I can rub that out. Okay, I gotta make a correction here. I misspoke. I said that this was like a double-sided. It is not. Forgive me, it's been a few years since I replaced one, but it is not. So this is my seal. There's no other liner I have to take off to get to that. So now all I've got to do is put my cover back on and install my screws, and this side's done, and then I'll hop over to the next one. Okay, that was done. We'll hop over to the next one. Hopefully it'll go a little bit smoother. And then I only tighten them down just finger tight, nothing really tight. And if Top Tech would put out their own video on how to do it, I wouldn't have to do it, and you could see how somebody that knew what they were doing could do it so much easier than I do it. Let's power this back up. I have to go turn my computer system on the inside, but when we come back, we'll check it out and make sure both keypads take input. Okay. I've got everything, as you can see, I've got everything powered back up. Yeah, good. Invalid, let's do an exit out. Let's check this one. Good, we're invalid. As long as it's taking numbers, then the keypads are good. So if you ever do have to run into this, it's not that difficult, but no one ever explained or showed me anything. I had to learn it on my own, and it just made things a lot more difficult. So hopefully this will help. You can see how I do it, and you can see what I did right and what I did wrong, and then hopefully if you have to go do it, it'll be much easier, much simpler for you. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you.